Hi everyone, this video is to portray an important message that isn't being clearly portrayed in the mainstream media, and it is for the youth to get involved in this movement that will be happening. So for those of you who haven't heard, Kinder Morgan is a US oil company that would like to expand in British Columbia. It's important for our youth to get involved because we are the ones that are going to have to deal with this mess sooner rather than later. It will affect our economy, our environment, and everything that comes after this. It will be up to us to figure the solutions to this, and we shouldn't have to figure out the solutions. It should just not happen at all. It is a critical milestone in history, and everything that happens after this will be felt through generations and generations. So we can't undo what has already been done. We need to act now and smart. We can change our fate, but we can't change what they have decided already for us. We need to make our voices heard now. Dear Kinder Morgan, I'm adding my voice to the many who are concerned by your plans to build a Trans Mountain pipeline. As a youth, a young woman, and a First Nations member, I don't see how this is our path. You are making a decision for my generation of which we will be here to clean up the mess you left behind. I think you may have forgotten that this isn't your backyard. It's ours, Canada's. Specifically, you are also trying to access Aboriginal lands. Over 130 First Nations communities are going to be impacted by your decision. Of those, only a third gave consent. And of those, some are still wondering if their consent is still valid since they were unfairly taken advantage of. So far, your pipeline has created a lot of bad feelings. First Nations against First Nations, communities against communities, families against families. It will take a really long time to heal from. Your company doesn't have to live with the consequences of your pipeline. It isn't going through your backyards. You won't be the ones getting sick when it leaks. It's not your children who are going to grow up with no more clean water and watch everything and everyone get sick, including them. Where will you be then? We, the native people of this land, have thousands of years of experience, and it's our ancestor spirits who guide us. Our earth, our home, is sacred and it deserves to be treated with respect. And we want to keep our earth, water, plants, and animals safe and out of harm's way. Make no mistake, this will harm us. You will be clearing hundreds of acres of trees older than your company's existence. You will be ripping their roots right out of the ground for a pipeline that will spill. Maybe not tomorrow and maybe not in a month, but it will spill. Whether it's a pipeline leak itself or from the very high probability rate of earthquakes in British Columbia, it will spill. What will my generation do then? We won't be able to drink the money you gave us to our communities then. The youth of Canada are going to be living with this mess that your pipeline created longer than you can imagine. We may not all be able to vote now, but our voices will be heard. Your company is making decisions and building projects for temporary investments and financial gain. When there is no more oil to sell, there will not be any more demand for you. We are already moving rapidly towards renewable energy and focusing on sustainable and eco-friendly projects. Yours is already so outdated, but you're trying to convince us it's good for us. This is a wake-up call. The youth of Canada are already way ahead of you, and we're not buying what you're selling. This is an environmental issue, but not just an environmental issue. This is an Indigenous issue, but this is not just an Indigenous issue. This is a youth issue. We may not have enough money or power, but that will not stop us now. We will not support you in leaving a mess for us to live with, and we won't be bought.